today's episode of What Are You Doing in the Garage, Family Man Racing? I'm messing around with stupid stuff. So, yep, that's a JDM Yo fender flare. And from way back here, looks okay. I've already trimmed the edge, the ends off. Oh. Here and here, but as you get up close, you see that curvature is not ideal. And that is because the whole thing has to be brought down to do what I'm trying to do, which is, I don't know why this is not clear. Sorry, guys. What I'm trying to do is reduce the hideous wheel gap that I had. So right here is where the fender is. So it gets a good inch and a half down. If I barely catch the fender to put some hideous screws in. So that's where we are. And if you go to other side, see what I'm talking about. That's some wheel gap versus the back, not so much. Front wheel gap. And it's ugly. So the question is, which is uglier? That or that? With some problems because the way they make these things, it's indented. So you can put this nice screw in. Problem is it doesn't work on the fender. You would have to rotate this up big time, and then it probably won't actually fit anywhere else because they're not very pliable. So you'd have to start up here, rotate it up, rotate that up, and then guess what? It gets even uglier down here. So again, about a 10 footer. Looks pretty good. Not good. And this is all because I'm waiting for a seal for the transmission. Well, no, the adapter for the transfer case to the transmission has a seal on the back of it. It is torn up and leaking transmission fluid into the transfer case. Not that big of a deal, but it did put quite a bit in there. So I'm waiting for that. I didn't film anything, but the transfer case is put back together. I have a spare chain made. And yeah, this guy is all back together, ready to go in, just waiting on a seal in there. Then we can do all-wheel drive burnouts. I also have tires. Took a while to get them. Well, don't have them yet. But we have no prep tires ordered. They supposedly ship today. They are DOT Hoosiers, so good for DOT classes as well as fit 28-inch tire rules and also fit under the front fenders with all of our wheel gap. But they're not gonna, they'll fit on the tire or fit on the wheel and not rub the strut on the inside. To try to fit a real 28 10.5, they will rub the struts up front. So these are actually narrower, and then they're only about 10 inches of tread width, not 10.5. So, and I'm just gonna run them all the way around. So that's the plan. That's where we're at. Let me know what you think about those. And we will have some racing content coming up. So there's a couple of no prep races in March. Don't know if we'll put this out before then or not, probably. But yeah, comment below. Like, comment, subscribe. All right, picking up where we left off. So now I have this seal that hopefully is correct and goes in the back of the trans adapter, and then in theory slips on here. Yep, perfect. And so the other one, all of this got ripped out somehow. I guess age, or maybe I damaged it somehow putting it in. And then so that goes in. Then transfer case on, drive shafts in, and we are back all-wheel drive and mobile. Also, these took a bit of tracking down to get, but these are Hoosier QTPs, which are DOT slicks. So they are legal for DOT classes and 28 10.5 classes. So these are actually 28 by 11.5 is what's marked on them, but the 11.5 is the sidewall, not the tread width, which is actually only 10 inches. So again, legal for the 28 10.5 classes and DOT classes. 4 of them. They are about the same width as these up front, slightly shorter, but going to be the same all the way around. Get those on, and then I'm going to have to I'll have to kind of redial everything in on the suspension and how I have it set up. So hopefully I can leave a little harder on no prep stuff with these than the radial stuff I ran before. So that's the plan. And then if all goes well, 1 week from today, we will be heading down to Montgomery, Alabama for a no prep. We also have to get the truck fixed. Sounds like this week, son was driving it. It sounds like the brakes are grinding, going bad. So we've got to get that fixed too. So we have something to tow the 3000 down with. So long story short, a lot of stuff to do. And I will try to get this together, maybe skip all the boring stuff for you guys and do a street launch. Hopefully we'll be like right now. That'll do, boys. That'll do. Looks awesome. Impromptu car show.
She's still your mom, right?
Wait for him to fire it up. The camera never picks it up good enough. Look at the hood or the trunk rattle. It's not even picking that up. Yee yee! so good. Oh yeah, I didn't like it. Like dump that front of the tire. Later, nerd. Is he gonna scrape? All right, so not a bad weekend. I got to hang out with some buddies and get the car together, and even some test passes, as you saw. So the slicks definitely cut down some of the mile per hour, so they don't transfer the power to the ground as well as what a radial does. So they soak up some power, and comparing draggies versus the track and other draggy passes. With radials, they definitely down on mile per hour versus the same boost level. However, they are more forgiving. So I was leaving with no timing pull, and although it was spinning and bouncing a little bit, it went. And with the radials, it would at times, if it spun too much, it would just shoot off to the side of the road, or spin too much and have to pedal it. So it should be able to make it go quicker with taking a little timing out after the initial release of the trans brake, get a little smoother, and then add in some more power as we get going. So definitely going to need more power. The converter, once more too, it drops too low on a shift, so all of high gear is at an RPM that is below where this motor really makes power. So by adding, say, like 5 pounds of boost, it's going to not only add that power, but get the converter up at a higher RPM where the motor makes more power as well. So it just kind of snowballs, and you get a lot of gains for an extra 150 horsepower. So long story short, hope you liked the video. I had a good time, but most importantly, it's to get it ready for next weekend so we can go no prep racing. So stay tuned.